You ever look in the mirror after a breakup and barely recognize the man staring back? It's not just the silence that hits you, it's what the silence reveals. A void, heavy, loud, unavoidable. What if I told you that void was never her? Hey, Raul here, and welcome to Stoic Wisdom. This channel is for men who want clarity, strength, and self-mastery in the middle of emotional chaos. If you're here right now, chances are you've been gutted, maybe by a woman, maybe by the loss of a future you believed in. And now you're standing in the aftermath, trying to figure out where you went. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was in a long-term relationship. She was my world, or so I thought. Every day after work, I'd drive straight to her place. My guitar collected dust. I stopped writing, stopped training. Hell, I stopped being me. She didn't take that from me. I gave it away. And when it all ended, I didn't just lose her. I lost everything I had built my identity around. Sound familiar? But here's the truth most men don't want to admit. We don't miss her. We miss the part of ourselves we gave to her. That hole in your chest? That's you. It's shaped like you. You're not broken. You're just estranged from your own life. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start filling that space again. Not with distractions. Not with rebounds. Not with whiskey-fueled gym sessions or late-night scrolling. But with you. Let's get to work. Because the man you're meant to become, he doesn't live in the past. He lives on the other side of this pain. The first lie we believe after a breakup is that the other person took something from us. Our peace, our joy, our sense of worth. But the truth? They only occupied a space we stopped nurturing. The silence you feel now, that's not her absence. That's your absence. You poured everything into her, your time, your thoughts, your energy. And in doing so, you stopped showing up for yourself. Now, you're sitting in that empty room. And it's uncomfortable. Because for the first time in a long time, it's just you. No distractions. No one else to fix. No chaos to manage. This is where most men panic. They run. They run to another woman, to a party, to a bottle, to a screen. Because facing yourself, raw, alone, and unsure, is the most brutal confrontation you'll ever have. But that's the test. Can you sit in that silence long enough to hear your own voice again? Because healing doesn't start with replacing her. It starts with remembering you. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something just for you? Not for validation. Not to impress. Not to prove anything. Just because it made you feel alive. When I was broken, I picked up my guitar again. At first, my hands were stiff. Nothing sounded right. But little by little, music came back. I came back. You don't have to go on a soul-searching retreat. You don't need to disappear into the mountains. You just need to take 1 hour, even 10 minutes, and choose yourself. Go for a walk without your phone. Lift weights in silence. Write a journal entry no one will read. Sit with your pain and don't flinch. Because that silence? It's not your enemy. It's your mirror. And if you're brave enough to keep looking, you'll start to recognize the man you were always meant to become. Let's get something straight. You don't need to become someone new. You need to return to the man you were before you gave yourself away. And then, build from there. This isn't about ego. It's not about becoming unreachable or proving anything to your ex or the world. This is about remembering your standards, your power, your direction. After my breakup, I made a rule. Every day, I had to do at least one thing that moved my life forward. Some days it was small. I cleaned my space. I cooked a solid meal. I stretched. But other days, I filmed content. I played music. I trained hard. Every act, no matter how small, was a vote. A vote for me. For the life I wanted. For the man I refused to abandon again. You don't rebuild overnight. You rebuild by stacking wins, tiny, quiet victories that no one sees. But you feel. And here's the real power. When you start investing in yourself again, the world feels it. People treat you differently. You walk differently. You speak from a deeper place. But here's what they don't tell you. You may fall in love with your growth so much that it becomes hard to let anyone else in, not because you're bitter, not because you're closed, but because you've raised the standard. And now, only someone aligned with your peace, not your chaos, can sit beside you. So if right now you feel like you're alone in the rubble, just know this is where the real story begins. You're not rebuilding to prove anything. You're rebuilding because you finally remembered. You're worth showing up for. So you've rebuilt. You've healed. You've filled your own cup. And then one day, someone new shows up. They're kind. They listen. They ask about your dreams, not just your past. And suddenly, you feel something rise in your chest. Hope, but also fear. Because last time, trusting someone meant losing yourself. And you swore you'd never go through that again. Here's the truth. You don't have to be guarded to be safe. And you don't have to be wide open to be real. Trust isn't about handing someone the keys to your peace. It's about inviting them into a home you already maintain. You're not seeking someone to complete you. You're inviting someone to walk beside you. And if they don't match your pace, you keep walking. You see, love isn't about losing your mind over someone. It's about finding someone who aligns with the mind you finally found. And yeah, you'll stumble. You might open up too fast. You might ignore a red flag. That doesn't make you weak. That makes you human. The difference now? You notice. You respond. You walk away sooner. And you return to yourself quicker. That's growth. That's strength. And that's how you love again, without losing the man you've become. If you're still in the storm, just keep showing up for yourself. One day, one choice, one small win at a time. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be someone you can trust, even when everything else falls apart. If you found value in this, share it with a brother who needs it. And if you're walking this journey, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you're doing for yourself today? This is Stoic Wisdom. I'm Raul. Keep going. Your story isn't over.